Hi, welcome to Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. I'm Scott,
I'm now.
and today we've got another tag video for you.
Woo!
All right, Scully Dandling about the books has tagged us in her original reread book tag.
Yeah.
She said it was inspired by our DNF tag because we're inspiring people.
Inspirational.
We're like a muse. No. Anyway, let's stop being silly and let's just get into the questions. They know how tag videos work. I don't need to explain it, yeah?
Ready? Go.
Go. Let's assume you do reread if you're doing this tag. I mean, that's an assumption. So where do you sit on the rereading scale from almost never to all the time?
Almost never.
Almost never. This is going to be a very limited tag.
Next.
Has that changed over your reading life?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it has too.
I used to reread a lot.
Yeah.
When I was a kidlet, or not quite kidlet, like a post-kidlet.
Yeah, I think Roz said in the original one that she used to reread the same books, and as she got older, she had more availability to books and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm stealing that answer, and I think you are too.
Yeah. Also, I even now when I reread, it's often a comfort read. And I used to do that a lot. As like a teenager, I had a few books that I would return to over and over again if I was feeling a bit shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you reread? Maybe immediately after finishing a book, or not until years later, or when the mood strikes?
It's definitely a mood thing. And mostly now if I do it, it's a comfort thing. And occasionally I'll reread something because I feel like I didn't get it all, but I have to feel quite luxurious to do that. I have to feel like I've got a lot of time, and I don't feel like that a lot.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, because I was thinking, look, it's a mood thing for me, but the other week with Jane Austen July, I read, I mean, she's not that boring, jeez. I read Lady Susan, and I just struggled with the relationship of the characters and how people fit together, and also Jane Austen's telling jokes right from the get-go in all of her novels. Right, and it's really quite rude of her because I haven't figured it out why they're funny yet. Anyway. I wanted.
It's not her fault that you're dim.
she hasn't told me yet. She's put the information back to front, so I have to reread it. Anyway, I really thought that I should reread Lady Susan's straight away to appreciate that novel more and get it. However, there's so many books out there, and I kind of felt pressured to move on. Don't stop and ponder. Don't savor it.
Did you move on?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we're so rush.
It's a little bit of the pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid.
It is. Why do you reread books?
Comfort, or because to brain them more.
I think that my tastes have changed. I've become more
like something I put down a long time ago and pick up again? Yeah, maybe.
Well, last month we reread... Oh, I reread. You didn't. You read it for the first time. Dorian Gray.
Yeah.
And I reviewed... I originally gave it 3 stars, and then I gave it 5 stars, which I know you don't do stars, but
you enjoyed it more this time.
I enjoyed it heaps more this time. And I feel like as a reader, I had matured, and could, I don't know, appreciate it more and stuff. So
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't think I reread in that context very often, but I understand it.
yeah. Also, the other thing I do is if I'm reading and I'm in a bad mood.
Oh my God, you are such a...
Oh yeah.
You're so hard on those books when you're...
Those poor books.
Whatever you're reading on a Friday night, if you're running late, that poor author gets a rip-roaring review. You can tell. You can tell. If he's ever said that one of your favourite books is a utter pile of stinking shit, it's probably he read it on Friday night and he was running late home. What's next?
Yeah. The next question is, how do you reread? Faster, slower, or just the best bits?
Depends on why.
Kind of the same, really.
That's because you audiobook.
Well, even when physical book, I'll do... Actually, do you know one thing that I'm really eager to do? Because I audiobook so much, but I still physical book. I'm eager to reread a physical book I've read as an audiobook and vice versa, and to see which experience I enjoy better. And I've actually picked the book that I'm going to do it for.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to do it for The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, which I physically read.
Yeah.
And it was so close to being an amazing book for me, and it just didn't quite, and I feel like maybe on a reread it'll get there. Do you know what I mean? What about you?
I think I read it faster on the reread. I just think that's normal. I don't know why it is, but I just feel like that's a thing. If I'm only reading it because I feel like I didn't get all of the things out of it, I might only read parts, but that doesn't happen very often. I think the most common reason I reread a book is for comfort, so I do want to read it from cover to cover.
If I'm rereading it because I didn't like it and I want to give it a second shot, and then I'm not liking it, I will speed up. Which
you will do that thing you do when you should just DNF it.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Who or what do you reread? More specifically, which authors or genres or individual books?
I read Little Women, all of the Little Women books.
We've actually got a video, 19 books I should reread or I want to reread or...
Yeah, but none of those I actually have. The book that I reread is Little Women. That is the book that I actually reread the most in my life.
Well,
I think I've read it about 1 billion times.
I've never reread a book that many times. It's just not...
I think I've read that, like, if I averaged it out, it'd be once a year since I was 10.
Yeah. Rereading is actually something I really want to add in. But I definitely think some authors will get better. Thanks, mate. Come up here. Oh, can you just...
Oh, giving me all sorts of responsibilities.
What was that, Bryn? Anyway.
He got on your knee, he farted, and then he left.
He did. You want to play, do you? You've got bad timing, you do. I think that some authors benefit from a reread. I've mentioned Jane Austen before. I think she definitely benefits from a reread.
I think that's the thing that you maths nerds missed out on in high school, is that when you really dig into a book and really study it and go over passages and reread it more than once and all that sort of stuff, it's actually really enjoyable to like gut a book like that.
Yeah.
But as we read for leisure and we're old and we have jobs to go to and things like that, I don't think you actually take that much time over a book very often. And I think it's the feeling that if I if I stop and I do that about this one book, then I might miss. It's a bit of
Yeah.
FOMO. I might miss something else that's awesome.
When you look at booktube and you look at some of these people that are reading 200 books a year and stupid numbers like that, you're like,
there's no way they have time to dig into it like you would if you were analysing it in school, say, or
yeah.
But I don't read that many books, and I don't take the time to do that. And sometimes I wonder if, like, how would I choose which books to do that to? Because you couldn't do it to everything. It would reduce your ability to read too much.
I think there's some books have more in them. Like I said, Jane Austen is a good example of that because she makes jokes about characters before you realise that she's picking on them because you know what I mean? But like I think some of the big Russian authors would be another good one to do it to, like Dostoevsky, people who pack a lot in that.
You're just picking people who are funny.
Like Jane Austen and Dostoevsky. My favourite, the funniest joke is when Raskolnikov gets the axe and hits the lady on the head.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the sort of humour I'm doing. What the hell?
You know who you married.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Samuel Beckett would be a good one for rereading. People who
I like to read books.
Donna Tartt, sorry.
I like to read books in little clusters. I think I've decided that I want to read Nella Larson's Passing and The Vanishing Half sort of together, and I think I might dig a bit deeper into that when I do that little cluster. So that might be an opportunity for a reread, I think.
Yeah.
If not completely, then at least in bits.
Yeah. All right. Is there a book that you found better when you reread it? Well, I said before, Dorian Gray, it was better on the reread.
If I'm rereading it, it's because I love it already. I think, realistically, I'm not going to delve deeper and I'm not going to comfort read something that I didn't already like. And so revisiting is always a bit... You've got your own memories of your first experience of it added to the experience of the book. And I think that means that a reread is always better.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you're forcing yourself to read something you hated. But why would you do that?
Oh, school? I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool kids don't go to school anymore anyway.
We're old, baby.
And one that was worse.
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
I reread, and I like, maybe it's not technically a reread because I DNF'd it, but I reread Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad.
You reattempted. Yeah.
I got 3/4 of the way through. I threw it in the bin, and then several years later, I got all the way through, and I
still thought it was
threw it in the
horrible.
bin. Yeah, I think that was the interesting thing about it was that I hated it for different reasons.
Yeah. I think if I ever try and reread The Crying of Lot 49, I'll hate it for the same reasons. But I can't see that happening.
Yeah.
Nope, not going to do it.
Don't do it. Which one book have you reread the most?
Little Women.
I don't have a one book. If I'm going to be... it'll be one of the famous 5 books. But I couldn't tell you which one. I know, actually, it'll be 5 on Kieran Island. That'll be the one.
That's his favourite.
I had 2 versions of that. I had the original Enid Blyton, and I had a choose your own adventure version of it, where if you got the wrong choice, they would give you these red herrings, and you had to get through it with as few red herrings as possible, and it would give you a score at the end and say whether you were worthy of being a member of the famous 5 or not.
That sounds nerdy fun.
It does sound nerdy fun. Also, if you weren't worthy to be a member of the... Like, one of those people were a dog. Like...
Dogs are cool, though.
I mean, yeah, but as far as solving mysteries...
I know people who are shitter than dogs.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can name a few, yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
I think that was it.
That was it!
That was it, question 9. She hasn't even asked us to tag people here. That's...
Fast and fabulous, but we should tag some people. Who will we make do it?
Let's make Berna at Berna's Bookish Adventures do it.
Yes, and Danny at Spinelli Speaks, because tag.
And who else could be good? I would like Jen the Librarian to do it. She often makes excellent videos. Andrew
with an E, tag.
And I'm going to make it 5, and I'm going to tag Melissa at Fully Booked.
Done! That's it. Bye.
I don't know why you're still watching us. Stop it. Go away. Watch another video. You've actually... like.